All right, we are here with Howell head hockey coach Rocky Johnson, getting ready for a big game on Wednesday against Hartland. Rocky, it's last time we talked with you. It has been a big learning experience for this team. Overall, how do you think you guys are doing up to this point?
Well, I think the new year's come in. We had a little break. I think they've learned a lot over that time. We've had 10 games now, and I think it's starting to come together. I think they're starting to understand what we're trying to create and trying to do. But we still have two or three groups that are not quite fully buying into what we want to do as a group, as a team. But it's getting closer and closer as we get further down the road, and hopefully, Wednesday will be a good showcase for us to come out and actually pull together as a one unit instead of multiple folks playing their own way, and we could use that on Wednesday night.
What's it like to play against Livingston County rivals, like going up against Kurt, going up against Rick?
Right.
It's always fun. Of course, anytime Howell and Hartland get together,
right.
And of course you guys got them at their place last year. What's that going to be like as we come into 140 Ice Town?
Well, of course, as you discuss, having anytime you play in Livingston County with Brighton and Hartland, you mentioned Kurt Cavisto and you mentioned Ricky Gadd with the coaches, respectively. I mean, it's always a battle, right? I mean, they're the top teams in the state every year for the last 10 so years, and so for us coming in, there's no reason why we can't be one of those teams either. I think we have the skill to do that. But to your point, when you really narrow it down to Hartland, I mean, that M59 corridor, right? A lot of these kids play Livingston County hockey against each other. They play youth league, travel league together. Some of them are cousins and family members. So the excitement about playing against Hartland is really kind of a little bit different than it is against Brighton, only because of the family relations and the closeness and proximity of the kids. And yeah, we were fortunate enough to come out with an overtime win yet last year, 2-1 at their place. And coming into 140 Ice Den, I mean, it's a great arena. The ownership is fantastic, and they do a great job. And It's not an easy place to play. So hopefully we can use that to our advantage. But somehow I feel Ricky's going to have them fired up, and I don't think he's going to take any care against trying to raise the bar against us. So I think they're going to come in hard. I think it's going to be a really tough battle.
All right. And of course, talking about some of the guys that this matchup just means a lot, not just to both these schools, but to some of these players as well, because they've all played each other at some point in their hockey careers.
Well, when you talk about the youth hockey here at the 140 Ice Den, and then obviously KV, their program, all these players grew up in that. They all played against each other. They all played against each other as young kids on the pond against each other in lakes. And they all grew up together. That, like I said, that M59 corridor, most of them all played together. And then some went to Hartland High School and some went to Howell High School. So, and Brighton initially. But the closeness and the families, a lot of those families are from the UP, and they all grew up together as kids. They all go to church together. They all spend time together with their families. Some of them are cousins. So yeah, it's always a little bit more heightened when we play against a Hartland team.
What do you feel like you need to do to beat a team like them?
We got to do everything possible. If I had the answer, the magic trick, we beat them every time, but you don't. Let's just be honest. They're extremely talented. They're one of the top teams in the state. We are not yet. It's a great question. Hopefully we find the alchemy to put everybody together. I do know one thing: if our players don't work together as a team and follow the plan put in place, we're not going to have success. But there's no reason why we can't. Our goalies step up and play hard. Our defense steps up and play hard. And our forwards, who are exceptional, play the game plan and work hard together. I think we could. I think if we all come together, we have an opportunity to beat this team.
All right. Well, Rocky, thank you so much for talking with us, and best of luck on Wednesday.
Well, I appreciate it. We need all we can get, so I appreciate you. Thank you again for everything you guys do. Case.